Welcome back to the Thrifty Food Plan channel, friends. If you are new here, I'm Jay. I'm sort of the creator slash facilitator of this little channel. I am shifting to 10-day grocery hauls, and this is my first meal prep and what I eat in a day from the haul that I did a couple days ago, which I will link above and below. So let's get into my day. Good morning, friends. It is oat time in the morning, and I'm going to mix things up just a little bit. You may remember a couple weeks ago, I got this big bag of frozen berries, frozen fruit from the Dollar Tree, and it's got lots of strawberries in it. So I am going to just put a couple of strawberries in my bowl. I'm going to microwave these for 30 seconds to let them defrost a little bit because I'm going to cut them up into smaller bits. All right, just getting started. All right, so the strawberries have come out of the microwave and I've chopped them into a little bit smaller pieces. You can see there's a little strawberry juice in there. It's gonna be delicious. I'm gonna add a half a cup of oats. This is a quarter cup. You can see that. All right, and then I'm gonna add some flax, get some omega-3s in for me. Just mix it just a little bit. And then I'm gonna add some water. I'm gonna add a little less than a cup because those strawberries did have some juice in there. All right, microwave for 4 minutes, and then I'm gonna top with about a quarter cup of soy milk, a couple of chopped nuts, and we're gonna call that breakfast. Strawberry oats for breakfast. Yummy, yummy. Okay, friends, it is time for me to do a little bit of meal prep just to get me started for the week. So I'm going to be chopping up some of these green onions, going to make some carrot sticks, also going to chop a couple of carrots for my dinner tonight. Go ahead and chop up the yellow squash I got. I'm going to figure out how to try to save this purple onion despite its yucky lookingness. I'm gonna go ahead and chop about half of an onion, so about a quarter of an onion. I'll need that for dinner tonight. Wanna chop one of my bell peppers for salads and one of the three things of romaine in here. Gotta wash that for salads. I've got the pinto beans that were in the pantry. I'm gonna let those soak all day today, and then I will put them in the slow cooker overnight. For my salad today, I'll use some of the mukamame, the shelled soybean that I had already in the freezer. Gonna prep a little bit of raisin water. It's my new secret ingredient to make my oatmeal much sweeter, a little raisin water. And then, as always, I'm gonna make a batch of lemon hummus, which I will serve with the carrot sticks. So, just a little meal prep getting going. All right, done with my mini meal prep. Got some homemade lemon hummus, some carrot sticks. My beans are doing their thing. The lemon that I had left over when I made the hummus, I've chopped it up and we'll use it for water in the next 10 days. I've got some things prepped for dinner tonight. Some squash I chopped up, some carrots and onions I chopped up. Have a quarter of a sweet onion and 2 halves of that purple onion that I cleaned up. Semi-prepped. When I use it, I will chop up later. We're just gonna put those back in the fridge. Then for lunches, went ahead and prepped one of the romaine heart things from the bag. I've got a chopped red pepper, a little bit of green onion left. Melissa, I'm trying to regrow my romaine again. And I'm gonna keep trying to regrow these green onions. And then I can't remember which viewer, but I will locate it and put it in the video, suggested that when I'm done making the hummus, to make a little bit of salad dressing with the dregs that are left in the mixer. And so I have done that here. I gotta shake it up, put a little pepper in there. So that's going to be my salad dressing to get me started. It was just kind of the hummus that was left in the mixer. I added some extra lemon juice and some water, salt and pepper. That's what we got. So today's salad, I'm going to use some of the romaine. Got some of the muke mame from my freezer defrosted. I'm going to use that for beans today because, you know, my pinto beans aren't ready. I'll top it with some red pepper, some green onion, and a little bit of my dressing, and that's going to be lunch today. So this is my prep. Yummy, yummy. I did have an afternoon snack of a little bit of fruit. Yummy, yummy. All right, friends, I'm making the simplest soup ever, and it's going to feed me for a couple nights. A summer lemon rice soup. Very basic ingredients. Do have a lemon. Have a couple of cups of homemade veggie broth. This is some chopped carrot and onion that I prepped this morning. 1 yellow squash chopped. Can of navy beans. Got to rinse, drain. Gonna have bay leaf, some oregano in there, salt and pepper. Oh, and rice. Did I say rice? Super simple. Let's get to it. Y'all, this really is like the simplest recipe in the whole wide world. So gonna start by just taking a little bit of my broth that I have defrosted and put it in the bottom here. Really, really simple recipe. Not even sure it's a recipe. It's more like a what I got soup. All right. I'm gonna give that a couple minutes. Well, I'm not, because then you'd be really bored for a couple minutes. So all I'm gonna do, this is like a carrot and 1/4 of an onion chopped. I'm just gonna put them in here and let them sort of saute for a little bit because I don't use oil. If you use oil, you can do oil with this. All right. I'm just gonna let this cook down, soften up. Oof, I need to cut that more. All right. And I'm gonna put the lid on and then we'll be back in just a minute. All right, hello friends. So this is stewing. It's doing very well. I'm gonna pour in the rest of my broth and see how much broth I have. Because luckily this pan actually has measurement in it. So this is not yet 4 cups and I want 4 cups of liquid. So I am going to add another cup of water. So that is 4 cups of water. Going to add in what I think is about 1/2 cup of rice. It's what's left in the bag after, let's see. Yeah, I cut off the part that tells me how many servings, but I think I've taken 2 cups of rice out of here already, so I'm pretty sure this is like 1/2 cup of rice. I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of rice, rest of that rice, and at this point I'm gonna add a little salt because I don't salt my broth when I make it, just a little bit. I'll taste, see if it needs any more later. And I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper. And I'm basically gonna let this rice cook in the broth for about 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna add in the rest of my veg, my beans, that sort of thing. And as I am talking, I am realizing that I wanna go ahead and put a bay leaf in. Maybe one that's a little bigger than that. So I'm gonna put in 2 bay leaves, little ones, put those in, and I'll be back in 15 minutes. All right, friends, so the soup has been boiling with the rice in it for quite a bit, about 15 minutes. About halfway through, I did add another cup of water, just so you know. So I'm now up to 5 cups of water. At this point, I'm gonna lower the temperature and I'm gonna add in the squash that I prepped earlier today. I'm gonna add in the squash. I'm also gonna add in some oregano. Maybe like teaspoon, maybe teaspoon. You can always add more, but you can't take it out. And then I'm gonna zest a little bit of lemon and put that into the soup. Okay, so that's the zest of about half of a medium to small lemon. All right, and then I'm gonna stir this up a little bit. All right. I'm gonna let it cook for another 10 minutes. Okay, friends, so it's been another 10 minutes, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna taste it. It's gonna be really important to taste to make sure it's got enough seasoning for you. Okay, so I think for me, I want a little bit more oregano, but I'm good on salt and pepper, but I don't eat a lot of salt. I do love me some pepper. I'm just putting maybe like a half a teaspoon in. I don't eat a ton of salt though, so make sure if you do salt it to your liking, okay? And then I'm gonna stir. And then two things are gonna happen. This is the can of navy beans, rinsed and drained. Navy beans are what I had in the pantry. You can use any white bean really. Cannelli bean, you could use a can of chickpeas. You probably could even use pinto beans. The color will just be a little different, right? But I had the navy beans left over from my last 10-day haul, so I'm gonna use them in this soup. So I'm gonna add the beans, and that will give lots of protein up in here. And then for me, I like mine really lemony. So I've cut the lime into quarters, and I'm gonna, lemon. I've cut the lemon into quarters, and I'm gonna squeeze 2 quarters worth of lemon into the soup. Now it may be at this point it's lemony enough for you, but I like mine super lemony. So I'm putting some extra lemon in. All right, I'm gonna stir it again. The rice looks like it's pretty much done. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let it stew for another 5 to 7 minutes, and then I am gonna be ready to serve it up. All right, so this soup is just about ready, but look, it's like so thick and delicious. Thick and delicious. It's how I like. It's like stew almost, but a little more brothy. Now remember, season this to your liking. So check it all the way through. Add salt and pepper. Salt if you eat salt. Add oregano. Add more or less. Add everything in littler portions, because you can stop. You can always put more in, but you can't take it out. So with salt, pepper, oregano, and the lemon, just add a little bit along the way and keep tasting until it's how you like it. All right, I'm gonna get ready to serve this up. All right, so I was planning on this making 3 servings. It may be that we end up having 4, which is fine. but I'm gonna serve it up as 3, and then if I've got a lot of leftovers, I'll have it a 4th night and say hi to the super pooch. Okay, half a cup scoop. Don't forget to take the bay leaves out. Don't forget that part. All right, I actually think that this will be good for 3 servings. So it's about 1.5 cups of soup with a little extra broth, okay? So this is dinner for the next 3 nights. Yummy, yummy. All right, here is my dinner, a huge serving of soup. Got a little piece of bread. I did have a piece of bread snacked on it while I was making dinner. And some lemon water. This is my dinner. Yummy, yummy. So when I break out the cost to make the lemon and rice summer soup, half a cup of rice, half of a lemon, that can of navy beans, and again, you can substitute out sort of other white beans. You probably also could use pinto. I would note for the meat eaters among us, you also could use cooked shredded chicken, or you could use a can of chicken that you drain. Also would be great in this soup. I had my own broth, but I went ahead and priced out, one of those quarts, I guess, of vegetable broth you can buy at the Walmart. Used a yellow squash, a carrot, an onion. When I add all of that up, it's $1.09 for 3 servings out of all of this. If you used your own broth, it would be 70 cents a serving. So if you, like me, make your own vegetable broth from scratch, you can save a little bit of douleur here, as my daughter, the college phenom, might say. You can save some douleur. The other thing I want to point out is that you very easily could stretch this recipe to 4 servings. Serve it with a bigger piece of bread than what I'm serving mine with, and maybe add a little side salad or other veg on the side. I mean, a cup and a half of soup is a pretty big serving, and that's the serving size that I'm eating. But if you went down to a cup of soup, you definitely could stretch it and still have it be really filling if you added a little more bread and some kind of veg or salad on the side. Really easy to do. So, friends, this is my first adventure with that 10-day haul. One thing I'd love to ask y'all for recipes for is kind of summer soups that you might make. I am someone who does like a soup or a chili or those sorts of things. And as it gets hotter, I think it's harder to eat soup. I remember when I was a little girl, my mom would make a very budget friendly meal at that point in time, which was like a cucumber and cream cold soup. Now, I can't eat that anymore because I don't eat cream, but I am really interested in summer soup recipes that are budget friendly that you all integrate into your meal plans in the summer. I'd just love to get some of your ideas around that because soup is usually a very affordable thing. And again, it's just harder to eat as it gets hotter. It's not hot where I am, right where I live right now, but it will be in the next 2 months. So please give me all your feedback down in the comments below and your top tips around soups that are good for summer eating. Be on the lookout in the coming days for additional recipe and what I eat videos. And thank you so much for visiting. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and I will see you very, very soon.